Hello and welcome back to the two guys,
Two bearded,
the
heavy-set
Husky
guys.
Barbus podcast. It's been a
minute.
month and some change.
It's been a minute.
Well, life happened. Doesn't it always happen?
Yeah.
Life is happening constantly in many ways, shapes, and forms. And in our cases, it's just been work and other responsibilities taking over. And the rain, sleep, and snow people have, they
Put
have
through the ringer.
they have put you through the shop, and they have tested every area of your patience, time, your mental health.
Everything.
But we appreciate that they're paying. We appreciate that. We appreciate the salary. We appreciate the salary. That does come in handy. I mean, bills have to be paid.
Roof got to be stayed over your head,
Car bills have to be paid, and all that nice stuff. And all that nice stuff. Yeah, all that nice stuff. But we're here. That's the important thing. We're here. We haven't gone anywhere. I mean, where do we have to go? Where? I mean, is that we're not in a hurry? We're not in a hurry to go anywhere. So,
where to go.
and my solo endeavor, the Husky Introvert Reliever, I addressed that. Some other things, just so in case. Also, just to give a quick rundown, the Husky Introvert Reliever will no longer be publishing under the Husky by Bulls banner. It's going to be having its separate channel. Or the audio version, or I mean anything other than our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is still the Husky Bible Media. All of them are going to be there, but under different subgenres. Husky Bible is going to be one thing. Husky Introvert Believer is going to be another thing. Just to let everybody know. So if you saw that all the Husky Introvert Believer things were gone, like Jonathan was, he was like, yo, where's the podcast going? The one you recorded, where's the one? Well, we have another channel now for that, for the audio version. You can thank the good people in Spotify for saying, you know what, they might want to do more than one. They just might.
Hey, listen, if they might do it.
They might want to have to do more than one. Maybe they get, they get the munchies out of this. Just like, oh, I gotta get that crave. I gotta get that crave. I like them doing podcasts. Why my head is going to ditties? No, let's leave that. Let's leave that. No,
yeah,
good Christian boys. Good Christian boys. Good Christian boys. Good Christian boys. We're good Christian boys. We're good Christian boys. We're not gonna go there. Not like that video I sent you. Remember?
Yeah.
The wrestler who said, like, "I'm gonna beat you so bad you think you left, you left the Diddy party late." That went dark.
Real quick.
I especially like the people in the audience who were like holding their heads, like, "Oh, he obliterated him. He Thanos snapped him out of reality."
What I pictured in my head when that happened was that guy when Taker lost his streak in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Stood there like,
yeah, the dumbfounded look.
That was my reaction.
Yeah, I was like, did he actually went there? Yes, he did.
He
went there, planted a flag, and lay in the sand and just started writing stuff in the sand. Like, did my how now? We're already circling around the subject of wrestling. I mean, not that anybody noticed. We are in WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. And WrestleMania Night 1 already ended. It's in the books. Might as well talk about it. I mean, we're not going to go match for match because I honestly did not watch all of them. It's not because I'm not a fan. Obviously, I talk enough about wrestling as is. This practically is a wrestling podcast. Well, especially talking about a good old Minky juice every once in a while.
He sponsors this podcast.
Used to. He's using the money now for other things.
Oh, yeah, we parted ways with him, huh?
Yeah. I mean, everybody parted ways with him. Pretty much.
Even his own kids.
Mm-hmm. That's a rough one. Even when your own kids are going like, "Deuces, Dad."
Yeah, thanks for all the money, but
yeah, thanks for the trust fund, but yeah. I mean,
you gotta go.
You do not earn the name Minky Juice lightly. that
originally came from Uncle Joey.
Uncle Joey, but that is a hard earned name to say the least. That is a hard earned name, very hard earned.
You earned that title.
Oh yeah, and we just finding out the treacherous, horrid details as every little crumb lays out in public view. And that's a cautionary tale, money is not always the best thing, and you do have some wrong turns along the way. Don't go there. That's all I'm gonna say. Just
even though we don't want to go there, Diddy said it the right way. More money, more problems.
Everything circles back to Diddy. And Cat Williams. Because Diddy want to party. And you got to say no. Boy, dude, little did we know those words were going to be so prophetic nowadays. He said that back in January when things was just starting to bubble. And now we all know the hoarded details of Diddy. And yeah, we don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Might turn into dust.
Now everyone looking at Cat Williams like, damn.
Like, dude, what else do you know? Child, sit down.
Shannon Sharp is like, come on back.
Shannon Sharp
make some more money off of you.
Yeah, okay, we got a part 2 now, so I'm just gonna get everybody comfortable. We're gonna buy giant ass sofas. We're just gonna lay down, preach, brother.
Everyone get their popcorn out.
Lay that gospel on us. Lay it on us.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, preach. Tell us what it is. Well, there's a reason I tell you about that virgin part of mine. Oh, Lord Jesus. We're talking about WrestleMania. We're already going about the body parts. Anyways, I mean, I don't want. Like I said, I don't want to go beat for beat. I think the most important thing, the thing that most people who are not initiated into the wrestling thing, they know about The Rock coming back and becoming a bad guy and antagonizing Cody Rhodes. They might not know that last name might ring a bell for old school fans because of he's Dusty's kid, Dusty Rhodes fan. His youngest child, and he is going after the title, but in the process, over a big hoopla, which I have no time or even care to explain, it turned The Rock into the bad guy, and The Rock has embraced the bad guy role to a T, calling himself now the final boss. And the thing is that he's been whipping Cody Rhodes with a weight belt for like 2 weeks.
He
ended a Raw a couple of weeks ago, bloodying Cody and smearing the blood of that weight belt on it, and said he was going to give it directly to Cody Rhodes' mom.
No, but he also when the show went off air, he hit a freaking referee.
Yeah,
with it.
No, and they after the show went off the air, he said, "I don't care." And the guy in the camera said, "The feed is cut." I didn't. Who said the script is over? This thing is over when I say it's over. It kept whipping. It's like, dude, they just gave you your cue. Like nobody watching. Ain't nobody watching at home.
I don't give a damn.
I'm like, no, we're professional. We're gonna keep doing this. Like, something tell me this is not professional. Something tell me this is a little deeper. This is a little deeper here. Is that boy?
It's a little personal here.
Did that white boy owe you money? Did that white boy owe you money? Is that what it is? Like, no, I'm gonna get my piece of flesh, literally. I'm gonna get my pound of flesh, literally, right now on you. and start whooping on that boy. Anyway, long story short, Rock beat Cody last night. And I saw that thing coming a mile away. And people in my chat room, in the wrestling chat, were like, how do you call it? They're like, look, Rock wanted to have his match with Roman. That's what was the original plan for WrestleMania this year. That was the original plan. But Cody, the fan base has been following the Cody story for 2 years now. And the fans want that conclusion. Hence where this whole finish the story thing came from. They want to finish the story. They want that. And so Rock was intelligent enough to listen to the fans, and he diverted his original intent and decided, okay, I'm going to milk this then. I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. Okay, so you already see me as the bad guy because I'm coming in trying to take Cody's spot when I have been in Hollywood all these years doing movies and whatnot. You already see me as the bad guy, so why not embrace it? So he did the wise thing and just ran along with it. You know, embraced the bad guy part, ran along with it, and lived it to 1,000. He's like, he went there. Like, he's like, oh no, I'm gonna just timidly be the bad guy. No. No timidly and nothing. He just went there. Full 1,000% there. He's being the bad guy. I mean, even in the match, there were some spots like because you have to understand he is a member of the board now in TKO, the parent company that owns WWE and UFC. So when he says he's the final boss, this is not just a gimmick. He's actually a boss of the WWE now. He's one of the bosses. He's the head of the company. This is a publicly traded company. He's one of the bosses. So
he's at the table.
So when he, in the middle of the match, the referee was starting to do a 10 count because they were wrestling out of the match. And he said, you count us out, I'll fire you. He said it in the middle of the match. You count us out, I'll fire your ass. Sorry, I apologize for the language. But that's what he said. And the referee was like, oh, okay. I don't want to lose my job.
Like, you know what? I don't even know how to count to 5. 10.
Yes, master. Yes, master. It was like, yes, master. And then the match continued. The match was 44 minutes, dude. I was surprised. Although, to be fair, The Rock took a nap in that match because it was all Cody and Seth and Roman at one point, and Rock like disappeared for like 20 minutes.
Probably was sleeping under the ring somewhere.
He was probably using a gas and an oxygen tank under the ring. Like, oh my God, I'm 50 years old. Can't be doing this no more. Lord Jesus, why am I putting myself in this situation?
Yeah, but dude's still brolic.
Look, dude is made out of granite. He looks like he's made out of granite.
It's crazy.
It's like it's ridiculous to think he's 50 years old and he's bulked like a tank. He looks like a tank. He looks like I mean, to this point now, he has no neck. His shoulders are almost touching his ears. The muscle shoulders are touching his ears. He has no neck. And this man who has a shaved head. So you can pretty much tell the lines between the head, neck, and shoulders. But this dude has such giant shoulders on him that are like covering his neck.
Yeah, it's
and crazy. Well, I called it that I knew that. And so why am I saying this? That I called it that Rock was going to pin Cody. Why? Because, you know, I'm calling it also tonight. Cody's going to win. He's going to be the champ. He's going to win the title because the match last night was, the stipulation was, okay, a tag title. No titles. Tag match between Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman. Whoever wins decided the stipulations for the main event of night 2, which was what Cody won the Royal Rumble for, which is Cody versus Roman. So if The Rock and Roman won, it was going to be bloodline rules, which means there are no rules. And if Cody's team won, there was going to be no interference. There couldn't be any interference. So I called it that Rock was going to win. And I even said that it was going to be Rock that pinned Cody. Why? Because Rock was the one who was supposed to be the main event on the night 2. So in a way to make it, to make amends for taking Rock's spot, Cody had to eat that L.
Okay.
Internally. I'm talking about internal, not storyline. I'm talking about internally. So, and also, it's a way of Cody saying, look, you know what? I respect you enough. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to finish my story. So, in honor of that, Cody being the nice guy that he is, I was like, I'll eat an L for you. Because The Rock, you have to understand, The Rock is in a point now that wins and losses don't even matter. He's beyond the wrestling scope of everything. He's way beyond that. He's a Hollywood actor and a producer. He has money up the yin yang. Wrestling not even scratches the surface of what he makes. Like whatever he can make in wrestling is ridiculous compared to what he makes on a movie. Like movies are his bread and butter right now, and also he has a plethora of other businesses right now. XFL and all the other stuff that he has his hands on. God bless him. He's honestly a good guy. And the fact that he listened to the fans and decided, change shift and decided, you know what, the fans want this. I want this, but the fans want this. So let me step away of my ego and give the fans what they want. And I honestly believe that it was also Cody. Not that Cody has any stroke or any pull in the company, but it takes two to tango, and you got to agree. You can say no, but I think that Cody is enough of a guy that would be like, you know what, I'll take that L if it helps me go to the next level. Also, it makes the next match puts Cody in a more vulnerable spot, and people are calling this now like the end game, the WWE version of Avengers Endgame. That you first to hear the good guys lose in. What was the first the one before Endgame? Avengers. What was that? The movie where Thanos snapped everybody.
Yeah, that was Endgame.
No, Endgame is the other one.
Now you're making me think.
Because remember, there were two Avengers movies, one back to back. One the year before, the other one that's the one that they won back. The one that Tony Stark sacrifices himself.
No, so
that was Endgame.
Infinity War?
Infinity War. That's the one where they all lose. That's the one they lose. That's when Spider-Man gets snapped. Spoilers for what now? 6-year-old movie.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, so a 6-year-old movie. So spoilers for a 6-year-old movie. If you kind of, I haven't seen it yet. 6 years.
Why are you ruining everything, man?
6 years. Been 6 years. That's it. The statute of limitations for a spoiler is gone. It's been gone. So if you haven't gotten the reference by now, it sucks to be you. It's not my fault. You'll be locked inside under a rock. Not my fault. Anyway, the thing is, so they're calling it Infinity War. Last night was Infinity War. So tonight is going to be Endgame. So they're calling it that everybody, because also, remember, this match with Cody and Roman is going to be no rules match. So that means anything goes. And when you say that anything goes, that doesn't apply necessarily only for Roman's side. Because anything goes, it's too. Exactly. So what happens? Roman has screwed a bunch of people in his climb to the top in storyline mode. So, with the exception of Bray Wyatt, because God rest his soul, there's a bunch of people that are in WWE that were screwed by Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. So guess what? All these people, it's their chance to get payback. And Cody is going to be like the one that's going to finally dethrone, and they see what they can accomplish, Cody can. So they're going to help out Cody. There's even rumors saying that probably we'll get an appearance tonight by none others than Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, and even that who should not be named, a certain beast, Brock Lesnar. Because Triple H even cleared up, Brock is still employed. He's still under contract. because the whatever has been happening in Minkajuice's side, it's been now a minute, and it's been cleared up that other than him receiving what he received, we're not going to go into the details. That was pretty much his participation on it. He didn't actually participate in any carnal sin. Let's just say.
Well, yeah, because they couldn't get the timing right.
Yeah, but I mean, not defending the other stuff.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying.
No, I understand, but not defending the other stuff that he did do, like receiving and commenting and whatnot, which we're not gonna say yay because no. Other than that, to actually do an action like Minky Juice has been accused of, he didn't do what Minky Juice did. Okay, he probably was gonna, but going to and doing are two different things. So on the eyes of the court, he's still clean because he didn't do anything. Did he have intention? I'm not in his body, but it seems that yes. But you can't condemn a man for almost doing something that he didn't actually do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you can have your personal opinions about the dude. You're welcome to. Anybody else, but in the eyes of the court of law, he didn't, other than commenting in a very not so good way, he didn't do anything wrong. So, I mean, he gets to keep his job because unless he did actually do something, we got to keep it, we're at the level that we got to keep it. Not like, and I did mention this in my podcast about the dude, the comic book artist, Ed Piskor. That dude took his life because there was an accusation of a 17-year-old kid who he befriended via, I don't know, I think it was Instagram. It was during that pandemic in 2020 or 2021 where everybody was in lockdown. And this is a dude that he is single. He's not married. He wasn't married. He was single. He was in his late 30s, going on his 40s. And he did a very stupid thing, which was, following up on an underage person. Now, this person, I believe, don't quote me on this because I don't know the whole details, but I believe it was this person who started the conversation. And he reciprocated, and one thing led to another, and it did not look good on his end. But she kept this thing, whatever interaction that they had with each other, I don't think it got to the point of physical. It just wasn't within, the parameters of just between in social media. The thing is that she made her feelings known just a couple of weeks ago. And then apparently other people came out and accused him of doing similar activities, and cancel culture did its thing. And without getting all the details of what actually went through, the man decided to write a 9-page unaliving note where he tried to clear up the situation that he admitted it was a stupid thing on his end to do, but he had no actual malicious intent. It was just like if somebody hits you up, unfortunately he did it with the wrong person because underage, and he suffered the wrath of the certain people out there that don't that just are searching for that kind of stuff to hunt down. And again, I'm not defending what he did. I believe he himself said it was stupid, and it was stupid. But you learn from mistakes, and I'm not saying that that's just a boo boo. It's a little bit more of a boo boo. but still, mistake nonetheless. You can learn from it, And especially if it didn't go to the physical level, it was just very dumb on his end. It was very dumb on his end to do. Like, I don't care who started it. It was just like you should have used a little bit more common sense and determined, like, yeah, this person is young. Let me just avoid that altogether. Let me just avoid that. Let me, like, hit me up when you're 26. Hit me up when you're 26.
You sound 10 years over the limit.
Exactly. Like, when there is clearly not going to be any issues with us, because under the court of law, there won't be any issues whatsoever. They'll be like, how old she was? 26? Psst, dude. Like, ain't no problem here. Do you? Whatever. 26 is old enough. I think 26 is old enough. 17, though, yeah. Yeah, 17.
I'm just gonna keep away from you.
Yeah. That you should have used a little bit more judgment there. Like, yeah, dude. I don't know. Anyway, dude ended up unaliving himself over this, and it could have been avoided. Like, yeah, I mean, let the sun shine over your sin. Let it clear up, and with due time, you can do better. Learn from the experience and do better. But the dude decided to take the ultimate decision. And now the comic book industry is like looking at each other like, man, we're kind of a-holes for like jumping on this dude when, it was a mistake that could have happened to anybody, actually. It could have happened to anybody. Could have happened to a normal person. Like, we're not out here trying to be douches.
Yeah.
It's like it was just a very poor decision on his end. And that's something that everybody got to learn from. Like, because again, there ain't none of us here free of sin. Ain't none of us here free of
anybody perfect.
Exactly. So, just if you're gonna mess up, try not to do it in a royal, magnanimous nuclear holocaust seen from space level. Don't call that much of attention to yourself. It's like that went like a wet fart in church. Let's just say that. I saw a video of a person that let one go in the church, and the preacher was like, "Ooh, some demon king just manifested right now." Ooh, you need Jesus. Heavenly Father, you need Jesus. Cleanse that stomach, Lord.
Did you have Taco Bell before you came in here?
No, do not cross Taco Bell before going to church. Matter of fact, like, if you don't want to destroy your toilet, if you want to just leave a pin where your toilet used to be, unless you want that, you're going to need some shovels to bury that thing afterwards.
Volcanoes erupting.
Boy, that's going to be nuclear. It's just going to be glowing green. That reminds me of the movie, the crappy movie from Hulk Hogan back in the 80s, No Holds Bar. Have you seen that?
No.
Not even a guilty pleasure. Avoid it at all costs. First of all, avoid it at all costs. It is. How do I explain it? It's so bad that it becomes funny. Have you seen some of these movies that are so horribly bad? Then you just see it just for as a comedy bit. Like, yeah. Have you heard of a Science Theater, Mystery Science Theater 3000?
No.
Oh my god! It's just two puppets and a dude just roasting B movies from the 50s and the 60s, just roasting them.
Have you ever seen? I think it was like Adam Sandler's like first movie. I think it was called Overboard.
I don't think it was Overboard.
I thought wasn't the one with Goldie Hawn going overboard?
Yeah.
No, this one for Adam Sandler. Maybe it wasn't his first movie, but he made one called Overboard.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh,
It was horrible.
it was horrible. It was so horrible. It was funny.
I will avoid it with all my might.
You do that.
I will avoid it with all my strength. I will avoid it with all my heart, with all my passion. I will avoid it.
Yeah, it's
I will avoid it. I will avoid it with all the passion in my my interior. It was like, no, sir, no, sir, no, no.
it was just, my gosh. Me and my cousin rented it when they had Blockbuster.
Oh my God, we should get some money. Whoever owns the right to Blockbuster, we just mentioned you, pay us so you can be more in the dirt right now.
It was so bad. It was so
I don't remember. I mean, because I've just been so scarred with bad movies. Like, for example, this is dating myself, by the way. Like, if we were in the benefits of having a camera and recording this on video, you'll be seeing my white beard, so you can tell that I'm not from these days. so, so I'm just giving you that prelude to say I saw Batman and Robin in the movie theaters when it came out.
Oh my gosh.
To say that was a horrible movie, like that's why when I saw Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and people were complaining, "Oh my God, this is the biggest pile of trash I've ever seen." I'm like, have you went to the movie theater to see Batman and Robin and actually paid money to see that movie? I did. I didn't bleach my eyes. because my thought was like, remember, this was the last thing you were going to see before you bleached your eyes. Like that, would you like that to be the final memory in your brain of the last thing you saw? Like, no, so that's not a good idea then. Like, you're not even married yet, son. Like, would you like to see the face of the woman you love? Would you like to see your kid's face? So yeah, you still got a lot of good things going on for you, you know? So it's not such a great idea to bleach your eyes out just because you saw the most horrible movie ever done on the God's green earth. A movie so bad that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the best actor. Look at your eyes, that says it all, dude. Just the reaction of your eyes, that says it all. Just the reaction of like, Jesus. Your eyes are like Christ. That is horrible. I'm appalled. Hey, look. In all honesty, Schwarzenegger has gotten better in acting. But then again, you will after you've done it for like 50 years.
Well, I would hope.
You would hope. Like, if you're still stagnant in the same position that you were 50 years ago in your acting chops, like, dude, let it go. Give up to Ghost. Dedicate yourself to something else. Dedicate yourself to something else, dude. Like, no, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, God. Why are you sending me this? Do not send me. You know what?
At the freaking cover, bro.
You know that thing just came out in the podcast.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No, I have the thing. I have messages also on the computer. So
I didn't know you had it on. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't hear it. So
no, I did. I did. So it came out. Everybody was like, "What is that bell came from?"
Jonathan, here's news.
Yeah, no, Jonathan just sent me the link for to see that abomination he was talking about.
You see the Rotten Tomatoes score?
No, I don't want to see that. I don't believe it in any way. I mean, it's been insider trade now, knowing that certain movie studios, Disney, been paying them to positively review movies. I always knew that because, like, I was like, okay, for example, when I saw Man of Steel and I saw the reviews, they were in 60% in Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, okay, maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's not that bad. 60%? It's not that bad.
Man of Steel was pretty good.
Exactly. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
I could never go by critics and stuff like that
yeah,
because you don't know what I like. You know.
exactly. It's like, okay, it's a little dark and gritty version of Superman,
Hmm.
but I think that what he does, spoiler alert again for a 11-year-old movie, spoiler alert for an 11-year-old movie, when he breaks Zod's neck.
Hmm.
I mean, if you see the context of why he did it, he was begging the dude, stop, please stop. He was begging the dude to not do it. He was like, please stop, don't do this. And the dude was like, never. So he was going to kill a family. He was going to kill a family. So Superman has like, okay, I ain't got no choice. I ain't got no choice. I gotta put this dude down. So he did what he thought he had to do at the moment, and he snapped the dude's neck. And I've talked to so many people who are like, Superman would never do that. Well, I guess that's how he learned not to kill. Because when you have godlike powers, that if you throw a fart, that could probably kill the entire Eastern Seaboard. Like, you were really like, yeah, I should probably not fart that hard. Yeah, I should probably not use my strength to this level. You know? So I think, how do you get to the point that you get benevolent Superman? Well, he must have, messed up here and there. So I gave him that. Now, did he went all over the place then afterwards? Yeah, but that's a whole nother story. That's another whole nother ball of wax, which we don't have to worry about now because DC is being rebooted now for the trillionth time, and hopefully James Gunn does something good with it because it's been a minute since we've seen a good DC movie. It's been a minute.
It's been a good minute since we've seen any
superhero movie
that was good.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for me.
I haven't seen that one yet, so I don't want to you told me it was good.
Oh my god, I cried my eyes out. I cried my eyes out on that one because there were so many false finishes in that movie. There were so many false finishes in that movie. That's a wrestling term for you geeks out there, for you wrestling geeks.
And I'm definitely not watching it with you because
I tend to spoil things.
Movies.
Yeah, I tend to spoil movies.
Oh,
I was doing that.
Eyes here.
I did that today in church too. In the middle of the story,
bro.
I did that. No, it's not even a movie. Because they were talking about a certain part in the Bible that spoilers. It went to cannibalism. It ended up in cannibalism. And I immediately was like, oh, that sounds like a story from the football team that crashed at the airplane in the Andes. And the teacher looked at me like, bro, that's literally what I'm talking about. Shut up.
You're ruining service.
And everybody was like, dude, every time. Every time. It's every time. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like that movie. Remember, what is that movie? What was it called? Be Cool? The one that John Travolta is, that all those rappers are in it and singers are in it.
I don't think it's Be Cool. Isn't Be Cool the one with Martin Lawrence?
No. John Travolta's in it. And it's Andre 3000. He's in it. And his character's name is Dabu. And he always does something stupid. Cedric the Entertainer's in it as well. He always does something stupid.
The Rock.
Oh yeah. So he's always got a itchy trigger finger. He always shoots somebody without, and then he shoots somebody, and then Cedric the Entertainer looked at him, you ain't even gonna say nothing. I know. Don't give me no gun. I felt like doing that. Don't give me nothing. No, I ain't gonna say it. Don't even look at me. Don't say nothing.
They're gonna put a muzzle on you.
I ain't gonna say nothing. And then she kept, I put something in my mouth like, like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing no more. Because I just keep messing it up. What can I do? It's just my nature. So yeah, circling back to WrestleMania. So yeah, I think Cody wins tonight. And I mean, it would be cool if we see Cena, Austin. It would be cool because these are people that The Rock has had history with.
So here's my thing, and you can tell me. I heard or I read something saying that if Roman loses this time, he's done.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So
He's gonna be done for a while. I don't think he's gonna leave wrestling, but I think he'll leave for a while because, as they revealed last night, he is still under treatment for leukemia. It's not that he's out of remission; he's still in remission, but you know his condition is something very delicate, and he says that he still has to take like oral treatments for chemotherapy, oral treatments to keep that thing in check. He says that he's going to be in that treatment for the rest of his life. And, you know, knowing that, I mean, we all knew he already had leukemia, but it's still in remission. He's still in good health. But knowing that, you know, it kind of gives you some leeway and be like, you know what, we've been very hard on him in terms of him not defending the title all the time. It's just that it's physically taxing on a person in that condition to be on the road all the time. And he got a sweet contract now, and WWE now, it's not like in the olden days that they're like, no, you run until the wheels fall off. They're like, no. Like, for example, they were very careful about Bray Wyatt to the point that they took him out. Once they found out that heart condition thing, they took him out immediately. Like, no, we're not risking you. And by a fluke accident, he passed away. By a fluke accident, but it wasn't by any negligence from WWE's end. WWE is very hardcore serious about the health of their wrestlers. They take it very, very seriously, and they don't mess around with that. So you think about this dude, who by all intent and purposes, I'm going to break the fourth wall here in terms of, you know, how they take care of each other. Cody revealed this past weekend during all the press conferences that he gave Rolex watches to a few people this weekend. That he is feeling a certain type of personal connection, and he publicly said that Seth Rollins is one of them. He said, I gave a couple of more to other people, which I will not mention. And then it turns out that when in the Hall of Fame speech, the guy who inducted Paul Heyman was Roman, his current, you know, because Paul Heyman is working with Roman as his wise man and the council of the wise man, for the council for the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And when Roman Reigns gave a hug to Paul Heyman, the sleeves of his jacket came off, and you can tell a certain Rolex watch looking exactly like the one that Cody and Seth Rollins has. So that tells you immediately that there is a special bond between Cody and Roman, but they can't talk about that publicly right now because they're in a feud. They're trying to sell tickets, so they're trying to avoid talking about that personal. So I believe they'll talk about that later on down the road. They'll indulge about that and be more clearly, but there's obviously some respect between Cody and Roman. And because, you know, we all know it's not real. It's just entertainment. You know, it's like I was telling somebody earlier today. They said, I stopped watching once I found out it's not real. And I'm like, well, did you stop watching movies when you found out they were played by actors? You know, did you stop watching TV series when you found out they were playing pretend? Like, no, you watch it for the entertainment value. You watch it because you want to be told the story. You want to be told the story, and you're in on the joke. You understand that Sylvester Stallone is not Rambo. You understand that Schwarzenegger is not the Terminator. You understand that. But you suspend disbelief, and you just accept the story as it goes. Like, for example, I know Chris Evans is not Captain America. I know. Well, good luck trying to convince Robert Downey Jr. he's not Iron Man. Good luck with that. I think he's convinced. I think he thinks he is Iron Man. Nonetheless, you suspend disbelief and you just follow these stories because you want to be told a story. You want to go for the ride. You want to be precariously living through these guys, living that story. And the same thing with wrestling. Wrestling is cooler because guess what? You're seeing it live in action, in person. They're doing their own stunts. they're beating their bodies to the point that some of them can't even do it anymore. You know.
Okay.
So I give all the respect and all the respect due to these guys, and that's why I still have, even at my almost 46 years of age, give my respect and still digest the product even to this day, even knowing that, you know, my fantasy camp with this thing should have ended like 15 years ago, but still I still follow it. Why? Because it's entertainment. Like, I don't get to judge people's entertainment. Like, for example, you and I could probably have very different tastes in music. I'm not going to judge you for that. And you can't judge me for that because it's just our thing. You know, whatever you gravitate towards, whatever anybody gravitates towards. You know, everybody has their taste and values, and you respect that. You don't make fun of, I mean, long are gone the days of you made fun of people like, oh, you listen to this. Oh, you listen to that. Nah, just take in whatever you like, and you like what you like. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, I don't judge anybody. Like, I'm a grown Asterix man, and I still got a bunch of Funkos here in my comic book collections.
Well,
Go ahead.
Even like I said, yeah, you know, I like to play video games. How old are you? So what? What made video games a childish thing to do? We got people on YouTube that are like in their 40s making money because people are streaming them every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, do what you want to do in life. We say this every time before we end the podcast. Do what you want to do in life. Stop letting people tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, they making you happy, and they ain't paying your bills.
That is so true. That is so true. Look, I like, for example, a good friend of mine in church. He's my age. He's exactly my age. We were born the same year, 78. And he was like, dude, I was up until 1 a.m. in the morning last night. I was like, doing what? I saw you in church last night. I just got myself a PS5. Like, man, I opened the box. I started playing, and I was a kid again. I was a kid again. I'm like, hey, man, I understand. The first time you get that console, you're like, let me lit this bad boy up. And you forget about the hour. You forget that, like,
everything that's going on.
Yeah, you're like, I just gotta get this in. And then your age hits you. You're like, yeah, we gotta go to bed now. You're gonna regret this in the morning.
Up tomorrow.
And your body
not tomorrow. Go to work.
Yeah, but your body you're gonna regret this in the morning. I'll tell you right now. You're gonna regret this. But you're like, no, I'm not gonna do this. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, yeah. Because you're not the same guy that you used to be. I mean, I think I've said this story before about when I got Metal Gear Solid back in '96 for my first PS1, and I was hooked. I played it for a week, 8 hours a day, nonstop. 8 hours a day for a week. I mean, my eyes were itchy.
I used to do. When I got I don't think it was PlayStation 1. I think it was 2. I got this game. I got this game, Dead to Rights. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a good game. It's like this guy, and he has like a husky dog. And if you run out of bullets or a gun or whatever, you can send him out. He basically kills the guy and grabs whatever weapons he has on him and brings it to you. And I remember I was playing it the first day because it was the first game I got for PlayStation 2. And that was the time we had to install memory cards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These kids don't know what that is now.
Nah, I mean, if your first console was a PS3, then you really messed up. Like
No, I think
I
three had
come.
memory. No, didn't
No,
three?
no,
No, it didn't.
no, no, no. It
You
had a
just
hard
couldn't.
drive. Had a hard drive.
You just couldn't upgrade the memory on three like you could on like 4 and 5. But yeah, I had to go out and buy a memory card, and I told everyone, do not touch the TV in the bedroom, because I had to go get one to save the game, because it was it was still early enough for me to get to the store and do what I had to do with that. But
Man, I remember
that
my
game was cool. But
PS2.
it's life, man. It's just like to now. Like I come home from work, I'm dead tired, but I was like, you know what?
You
Let
know
me
what?
play a game on the new MLB, the show game. And I'm like, just let me,
You know what?
just gonna play it.
The only PS I'm missing now is the 5. I've had them all. Had the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4.
Well, when the 6 comes out,
Oh yeah. By the way, I was talking to my dad last night, and I was telling him about the story of you selling me the iPhone 12. He was like, "Let your friend know." He was like, "Let your friend know. Let your friend know. Like if he's wanting to get an upgrade, like remember my daddy."
well, I have. See, that's the thing. Like, I have to wait 2 years.
Yeah, no,
Phone out.
it's been barely a year now.
Yeah.
It's been barely a year.
Well, because you got that phone exactly when I got mine.
Yeah.
So
So but he was like, "Let your friend know. That's a good friend. Don't let him go." My dad was like, "Don't let him go, and remember me." Like you remember me. They're like, "All right, I got you. Don't worry. You're my daddy. How am I gonna forget about you?" Like, no, exactly.
yeah.
Don't forget about me because I'll be wanting an iPhone for a minute.
Tell him you gotta tell him my last name.
He like, I've been wanting an iPhone for a minute. I'm tired of these Androids. I can't understand them because he ain't got the cash for it. Because those
Yeah.
iPhones, they run a little extra expensive, to say the very least.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've done 50 plus minutes of this, and we didn't even have a booklet or anything. We didn't have no plans, no. We didn't have didn't have a landing strip or anything.
We're pros now.
Yeah, we just know how
Well,
to shoot
after
the
you
breeze.
doing 100 and something, and me doing,
You've been like
probably
80. You got like
huh?
80. You got like
I got
80.
80 under my belt. I mean,
Yeah, you learn how to do this. It's practice. It's practice, and we've been off for like a month. Well, I just returned this week because I did the Husky Introvert Believer.
we're all been almost a month, both of us.
Yeah. So no, and also I had to take off because things changed. I'm finally in a place that I can finally say publicly, I love my job.
You finally see what I meant.
No, you were being sarcastic. I'm being actually serious. I'm being actually honest and sincere. You were in another place. That came from another place.
Well, when I left the situation that I was in,
Uh-huh.
I did love my job.
Hmm. You love the people you work with. That's for sure. That's no lie.
Listen,
No lies detected on that end.
I do miss our little family and our little talks that we used to do every day.
Yeah, you do miss the people that you worked with. That I will not dispute that. But the other stuff, let's just keep it there. Let's just leave it there. The other stuff we will leave it there. We're not gonna go there. So no, we're back. Hopefully, God willing, we're planning for next week to be in person, all both of us. So we're probably gonna get the camera rolling on both of us, so you can get to see our mugs this time. And I don't know how wide the lens we're gonna have to get to embark in this.
Both of us.
Just me alone. I gotta like do some precision stuff, getting the right angle. Like he better not look that big, because then if you close it up enough, you're gonna look like Shamu with a t-shirt. Shamu with a beard, a t-shirt, and a baseball cap.
It's crazy.
Remember always the TeePublic store is always there. I mean, I know Dominican baseball season is over, but baseball's back, and the Yankees have been on fire. They've been on fire.
They're on right now,
Mm.
and you probably heard this name. Behind the plate is Angel Hernandez.
Oh, the guy that got his. Yeah. The pitcher even the pitcher almost threw up when he saw. He was like, "No, Lord Jesus, no!"
This guy will
Woo!
call a strike if his life depended on it.
Right in the nards, man. Right in the nards.
He deserved it.
Even the pitcher was like, "Oh Lord, no, I did not need to see that."
He deserved
And you said they showed in slow motion. You'll see how that thing just jiggled, jiggle, 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 jiggle. Like next time, wear a cup.
Next time, how about next time you call strikes that
Next
are
time,
actually strikes?
next time, wear a cup, dude. Like, dang, that thing. Like, I mean, I was like, I hope he already had kids.
Whoever married that guy, I feel sorry for.
I hope he already had kids because if he hadn't, man, he a eunuch now. He must be singing in falsetto because he's a castrato now. He'd be singing like Prince.
Oh my god!
Don't
All right, anyway, you know the TeePublic stuff before we get crazy out of here. Before we get a little crazy.
I think that ship has sailed. Remember our website, huskyramboopod.com, our social media, that area Duran and Johnny Boy 426 on Instagram and on X as well. Yes, there's that thing is still alive.
Twitter.
X,
We call
no,
it X here. We call it Twitter.
yeah, but it's pretty much. I think it's very apropos the new name. It's pretty much an X on it.
The bridge we cross will always be the TZ bridge. Okay.
Anyways, and also do not follow us on Facebook.
You just go into a hole of.
Although I did break my rule this week and I accepted like 5 people, but they're all of them from church though. So
Oh well, that's why.
yeah, they're all of them from church, but that's the exception to the rule. That's the exception. Like, you want to be friends with me on Facebook? Go to my church. It's a hefty price to pray, but hey, I'm that kind of. It's a hefty price to pray, but I'm that kind of guy.
Nah, it's crazy.
Hey, there are a lot of people, old school people, that find out a lot of stuff about you when they go to Facebook. That's like my old pastor from DR was like, "Oh, your husband is coming soon, right?" And she was like, "No, why? Why are you saying that?" Like, "No, because I saw he posted something on." I'm like, my wife's like, "Okay, you got that way out of context." First off, okay, I see you. My wife was, okay, first off, I see you. I see what you're doing. Okay, llevando esa vida, I see. Everybody get just being put on blast right now. We gotta end this now before I start burning. I'm burning all the bridges. I'm burning all the bridges right now. Lord Jesus. It's like I look like the Joker in the Dark Knight with a pile of cash on top, just burning it. It's about the message.
They're coming out with number part 2, right?
Yeah, it's coming out this year. So that's another comic book movie that you can be looking forward to. Although all ways and roads conduct to Deadpool and Wolverine this year for me. I need to see.
Bad Boys.
Yeah, I'll catch it on stream.
I was gonna say if you wanted to go see it, I guess not.
You know, after that slap, things have not been the same between me and Willie. You know, I'm still on timeout with him. We still got him on timeout.
Well, you got until June.
Let's see if it warms up to me. Let's see.
Getting jiggy with it. Nah.
No. I ain't not getting jiggy with Willie.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Puff Daddy had nothing to do with that song, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
thank
no.
God. Thank God. Why? Y'all got internet. You'll know why.
Well, if you're watching this, you got internet.
Y'all got internet. We ain't got to tell you. Woo,
Did you
Lord
see he put
Jesus.
on his Instagram that he was gonna be more open and he's gonna give out a number.
Oh my
We
God.
need to talk to him.
I'm not gonna touch that kind of worm. Let's end it now. Anyway, let's end it now. Yeah, I don't want to touch that kind of worm. I'm already in some type of way. So
well, we all hope you enjoy WrestleMania Part 2.
yeah. I mean, if you got a party watch, I can invite any friends that are fans. If not, make them a fan. Obligate
And
them
just
to
to
me.
give you a heads up, if you do decide that you wanna look at the solar eclipse tomorrow, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. It's bad.
Even with the glasses.
Don't do it. It's bad.
I was told that even like people
Like
that saw it like a long time ago, even with the glasses, the doctor saw scarring in the back of their eyes.
Yeah, let me say something that I know does not exist nowadays, but I'm going to appeal to the group of the 2 or 3 in the planet that probably still adhere to this rule. Use common sense. I understand. Exactly. I know that that's a foreign concept now, where people are still drinking Tide Pods.
So eating those things up.
Eating those things up. And I still have to question logic how they be alive. Like their immune system must be made out of solid rock.
Well, God was like, you know what?
Like, see, that's why I got some issues with the evolution theory, because they're like all the fittest survive. Like really, really, really. Like you seen what's been going on here lately?
Oh my!
that opens room for discussion. That's all I'm saying. It opens room for discussion. That's all I'm saying.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not go there. See, we're just opening can of worms here. Let's end it now. We're just opening can of worms here. This is stupid minky juice.
Well, okay. Well, TeePublic store, you know about always 30% off, 40%.
Yeah.
You know the podcast. You know our IGs. We'll see you next week. Enjoy WrestleMania. Don't look at the sun.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everybody.
Don't leave yourself blind, especially if you've seen Batman and Robin.
Or going overboard.
Words to live by. Live by, son.
Peace out, everybody.
Goodbye.